In this video tutorial, we're going to talk about troubleshooting your machine on your own. Since there's a lot of students in the class, it's difficult for me to get around to help you guys troubleshoot your machines all the time. So you need to be your own advocate and know the parts of your machine. We're going to start with the easiest part, which students usually get wrong, is putting your bobbin in. So when you put your bobbin in, remember that this little arm has to be straight up and down. If it's not straight up and down and it's spinning inside your machine, it's not allowing your bobbin thread to come out at the appropriate time. So you want to make sure that's clicked in and it is upwards. The other problem that students have is putting their actual bobbin in their bobbin case. So make sure that it is either a 9 shape with the thread coming down clockwise. If not, it's not going to be pulling out of your bobbin case correctly. So I know it's difficult to see this thread here, but it is in a 9 and it is going clockwise. And then I'm just going to put my bobbin case over top of it. And then I'm going to pull my thread through that top part and out this little window. So those are the first things that you really need to check, because usually one of those is the culprit. After that you've checked that those are correct, you're going to be looking at these dials here. This up here is your stitch width, meaning how wide are your stitches. You are only going to be doing straight stitches unless you are doing the duffel bag in 8th grade, and you'll be doing some zigzags. So this dial should be on 0, and you can see the little black mark there is turned to 0. This center piece isn't going to be a troubleshooting problem, but it is going to be a seam allowance problem. So this controls where your needle moves, whether right or left. So I want to make sure that this little black part is always facing upward. You can actually see your needle move if you click it back and forth. So I want it to be straight in the center. That'll affect, so if your stitch allowance is 5/8 and this isn't centered and your needle isn't centered, then you're not going to get that 5/8. You're going to get some other random fraction. The center knob is, when you turn it, it's random settings. It reprograms your other dials. So you want to make sure that this is at 0, because we're going to be setting our own programs by ourselves. The bottom one is the stitch length, and it's also your reverse pedal. So when you lift it, you reverse. This is how long your stitches are going to be. So anywhere from 0 to 4, we're going to be on 4. We want some longer stitches because we're practicing, and they're easier to rip out. So if it is on 2 by chance, you're just going to spin the knob to let it go up or let it go down to 4. There's also a part down here that is for quilting. So you want to make sure that this is turned to the left. You can see where it says zigzag or straight. That's what you need to be doing. We're not doing any quilting freehand, so we want to make sure this knob, if it's to the wrong side, that we click it over. Okay, from there we're going to go to the top of the machine where we're going to be looking at the tension. From there we're going to go up to your tension. This is your tension plate, your tension dial, and your tension window. All of these play together. So you can see in your little tension window, this little black mark corresponds with the red mark. The red mark needs to be in the center. So to adjust this, if it's to the right or to the left, you're just going to turn the knob, and you can see the red mark moving there. I'm going to bring it back to the center. That holds your thread up here. It pulls, tightens it so that it allows so much thread to be thread through at a certain time. So if that's not in the center, it's going to be making your stitches off. Additionally, if your needle is not going up and down, it's just staying still, it's probably because someone spun a bobbin and forgot to re-engage their needle. So you want to make sure you come over to your hand wheel and just re-tighten the center part, and then when you press your pedal, your needle will be able to go again. And those are all the parts of troubleshooting your machine.